There was a jungle, and in that jungle, there was a bear. And you know what? There was a log of wood, and that log of wood was hung with the rope to the tree. Understood? The log of wood was hung with the rope to the tree. The bear happened to pass from that area, and he, accidentally, you know, bumps with that log of wood. As soon as he bumps with that log of wood, the log of wood goes further, comes back hitting that bear. And when that hitting happened, he becomes very angry, and he, hits that log of wood with a hard punch. And then the log of wood goes back. Again, it comes with the same speed, and it bumps that bear, and the bear was injured severely. This time he became too angry and he hit more harder, and it went up into the sky. It came back, and it killed that. In fact, it bumped so hard the bear was killed. Now you tell me, who killed the bear? Was it the log of wood, or was it the ego that killed the bear? So, Janya, my first question to you is, there are two graduates. One gets a job in an MNC company, and the other gets a job in some small scale industry. Now, you tell me, after completion of a job, these people get placed in such companies. Whose the chances of getting success early in life are more better? What do you feel about this?
So I think, in my opinion, student B is more likely to achieve a true success in a life. At beginning, student A has a high-paying job in a multinational company and enjoys a comfortable lifestyle. He buys an expensive gadgets or travel frequency and will spend most of his income on a luxury. While there is nothing wrong with enjoying the life spending with that you earn without improving your skills or investing a true future that can be become a problem. If he depends only on his salary, his financial growth may stop after some time. On other hand, student B start with a lower salary, but he focuses on learning instead of earning quickly. So he develops a valuable skills such as communication, leadership, sales, problem solving, and the finance. He also find that mentor who teaches him about the investing and assess the financial independence. And these skills are increases valuable and opening a more career business opportunities. So after the 15 years, student being likely have a strong knowledge and better decision ability. So multiple sources of the income and the financial freedom has come, and his success is built on a continuous learning and the smart financial habits. So money can make a life comfortable, but skills and the knowledge and the good financial habits that can be create a long-term success and the freedom.
Besides that, those people who happen to start their career in small scale industries, they get an opportunity to, work in different sectors. They get an opportunity to work in different departments, right? They have to do multitasking. Whereas if you talk about MNC companies, people have to stick to one particular department. They need to finish the target that is being given to them. And this is how the scope for development is little bit limited, seems like, isn't it? And you mentioned very nice, in small scale industries, true, it's true that those people who are working in the small scale industries, they all must be sailing in the same ship. They all must have seen the hardships and all. Now those people who struggle, those people who happen to see the hardships of life, they understand the value of saving, they understand the value of having financial independence. So that's true, wonderfully said. Good one. Saujanya, my next question to you is, there is an office organization, the meeting is going on, boss is too much angry, and he talks very harshly with two employees. He passes the comment, everybody is watching, and he literally he talks very rudely to both of them. One person took it as if that he got offended. On the other hand, the another person didn't react. The person who felt offended, he showed reaction. On the other hand, the one who listened to the rude, harsh statement of the boss, he didn't reply. In fact, he kept quiet. Now, tell me how these different scenarios, like these two different attitudes to one scenario, will put an impact upon the people, upon themselves.
Yes, ma'am. Employee B has a greater success of achieving a long-term success. So let me explain a simple story regarding that. So imagine there are two students who fail both in exams. First student get an angry and blames of the teacher, and other student decides to not study anymore. He believes that teacher wasn't unfair. So second student also feel like, but he goes to the teacher and asks, "Sir, where did I make a mistake?" The teacher explains his mistake, and the student work hard to improve. So next exam, he scores an highest mark. The different way is not about an talent; it's about an attitude. So in the same way, employee A get an offered by an feedback and the reason, but employee B accepts the feedback and works on his weakness and improving the himself. That is why he earns a promotion. In my opinion, the success doesn't matter from how and what come we are being a perfect. It comes from learning, improving, and never give upping. And feedback is not a punishment; it is a guide, and it helps us to become a better and better version of an ourselves.
Let me explain you with this example as well. There was a jungle, and in that jungle, there was a bear. And you know what? There was a log of wood, and that log of wood was hung with the rope to the tree. Understood? The log of wood was hung with the rope to the tree. The bear happened to pass from that area, and he, accidentally, you know, bumps with that log of wood. As soon as he bumps with that log of wood, the log of wood goes further, comes back hitting that bear. And when that hitting happened, he becomes very angry, and he hits that log of wood with a hard punch. And then the log of wood goes back again. It comes with the same speed, and it bumps that bear, and the bear was injured severely. This time he became too angry, and he hit more harder, and it went up into the sky. It came back, and it killed that. In fact, it bumped so hard, the bear was killed. Now you tell me, who killed the bear? Was it the log of wood, or was it the ego that killed the bear?
Because of the ego only. Because when you make increase your ego is just like an anger. Your ego is kills like any of the relationship, any of the personalities and all. So if there is any kind of situation, just stay calm and to realize yourself. If you are doing wrong, then accept. If you are not doing wrong, then only you accept yourself as I am not wrong or I am wrong. This will be help to getting a better and better version of an ourselves.
That's true. And parents, they should encourage their kids to become social, because unless people become social, they cannot learn this art that we should, where we should have ego, where we should not have ego. Ego is important to some extent, it is important. But where it is important, even that scenario, We should understand it comes with experience. It comes with, talking with the people. When you become social, you understand all these stuff. Okay, there is an office, and in that office, one person notices the mistake of another person. Should he go and complain to boss, or is there any other option he should be working upon? What are your point of views?
Uh, So if my colleagues make a genuine mistake, I will first support them and help them to correct it before reporting it. So everyone makes a mistake while learning or working. If mistake is unintentional, I will politely inform to my colleagues in a private or work together to fix it before and report it submitted. So this helps to maintain a trust, teamwork, and a positive work environment. So helping each other, it is an improve the quality of an work and the strengths are the professional relationship. However, if mistake is serious or repeated and it again and again intentional or could harm the company or a client, I will report to the manager in such a situation. Honesty, responsibility, and the professionalism are important than hiding our issues. So a good employee knows and when to support a teammate and when to take a right action for the benefit of the organization. So helping colleagues builds and trust and teamwork. I know, but honesty and the ethics should be always come first. A true professional supports and other values, while the protecting organization is at the one of the values, and that can be comes by the ethical only. So I think in both of the situation, I play a different role.
See, in fact, office is our next home. It is the second home. When we go to office, we are spending 8 hours in an office. 8 hours multiply by 7 days. Now see the calculation. I mean, you are spending most of your time in your office, less time at your home.